The faulty elevator shaft in the Arconia building caused Ben to plummet to his death at the end of Only Murders in the Building Season 3, Episode 1. Naturally, the three detectives from the show, Mabel, Charles, and Oliver, were present when the crime was committed, setting up another season of surprises as they try to identify Ben's murderer. Here is a ranking of each suspect according to how likely it is that they are the person who murdered Rudd Starman from Only Murders in the Building Season 3 Episodes 1 and 2. The show features a variety of individuals, all of whom have reasons for wanting Ben dead. One of the suspects in Ben's murder, but admittedly the least likely, is Bobo. Bobo is one of the other actors cast in Oliver's Death Rattle production, and the ending of Only Murders in the Building Season 3, Episode 1. Provides enough to list Bobo as a suspect in Ben's murder. The new additions to Only Murders in the Building's cast of characters are all addressed by Ben, after he returns from his supposed death on stage, and before his actual death in the Arconia. When concerning Bobo, Ben says how much of a funny guy the former is, yet despite this, all Ben does is say no to him. The show does not divulge exactly what situations Ben is referring to, but it is clear that Bobo has often been spurned by Ben throughout their time together working on Oliver's play. While Ben repeatedly rejecting whatever Bobo has asked for could be reckoned into grounds for Bobo's murder of Ben, it remains unlikely as of the end of Only Murders in the Building Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2, that Bobo is capable of the murder scene in the show's third outing. Jonathan, another suspect, despite being just as unlikely as Bobo before him, is Jonathan. Jonathan is a character who was introduced in Only Murders in the Building Season 2, as another resident of the Arconia and Howard's love interest. In the ending scene of Only Murders in the Building Season 3, Episode 1, Jonathan is revealed to be Ben's understudy in Death Rattle. When addressing Jonathan, Ben states that he was determined never to let Jonathan step foot on stage, but now may be considering it. This could provide a motive for Jonathan killing Ben, as the former wishes to have his time in the Broadway spotlight. Killing Ben is a means of securing this. However, this remains unlikely, especially given Jonathan acting as a red herring during Only Murders in the Building Season 2. The killer of Only Murders in the Building Season 2, Poppy, was revealed to have sneezed when escaping Mabel's apartment, caused by her allergy to Bunny's bird Mrs. Gambolini. In the same episode though, Jonathan was shown sneezing due to his allergy to Howard's cat, which established him as a prime suspect. It is quite unlikely that Jonathan killed Ben in Only Murders in the Building Season 3, given the twist that Poppy was Bunny Folger's killer. Though Jonathan has never seemed like the murderer type, it might work to defy expectations if you use a red herring from a previous season as the killer. Although the season could change that through additional development, the potential motive for killing Ben that was established in Only Murders in the Building Season 3 is not strong enough to imply otherwise. Another of the cast members in Oliver's Death Rattle production is Ty, a new character for Only Murders in the Building Season 3. During the scene in Oliver's apartment after Ben returns, Paul Rudd's leading man also addresses Ty, stating that, despite thinking that he could not afford him, Ben will give Ty the number of his personal trainer. This indicates Ben's attitude towards Ty, that being that he treats him with the same disregard as the other cast members. Of all the core cast members of Death Rattle, the least is revealed about Ty, which is enough to rank him above the other suspects in Ben's murder. Ty's relationship with Ben seems like a rivalry at best, and hate-fueled jealousy at worst, given Ben not wanting Ty to contact his PT, and Ben's first words to Ty, bitterly commenting on his handsomeness. As such, Ty's story could be developed more in Only Murders in the Building Season 3, pinning him as the murderer of Ben Glenroy. Greg is shown to be a devoted fan of Ben in Only Murders in the Building Season 3, who kidnaps Mabel and Charles. Greg believes the two killed Ben, and he plans to exact revenge on them because he loved Ben. Following Ben's death, Greg is then apprehended after someone observed him leaving the Arconia. The fan later confesses that Greg had been looking around Ben's apartment that evening. As a result, Greg is perhaps Only Murders in the Building Season 3's first red herring. However, despite being a red herring, the seeds planted about Greg's character are enough to rank him as Ben's sixth most likely killer on this list. His kidnapping of Mabel and Charles showcased his criminal competence, and his love of Ben was clearly established. As is known from most murder mysteries, the line between love and hate is closer than most think, and Ben may have rejected Greg, forcing the latter to kill him in unstable anger. Another of Ben's co-stars in Death Rattle is Kimmer, an actress whom Ben immediately flirted with upon their first meeting. After Ben arrives at Oliver's apartment in the final scene of Only Murders in the Building Season 3, Ben apologizes to Kimmer for making everything messy between them, and that he screwed up, though that he will make it right. This hints that the two had some kind of affair during the production of Death Rattle, as supported by their flirtatious introduction. As was indicated with Greg, love frequently serves as the motive for murder. Kimmer might easily be proven to desire to kill Ben, when their relationship is further developed in Only Murders in the Building's third season. Like Ty, not much is disclosed about Kimmer or her relationship with Ben, so this is probably something that will be looked into more in the future. Kimmer cannot be completely ruled out as a suspect in Ben's slaying, which is likely connected to whatever happened between them romantically. Oliver's producers Donna and Cliff Demio appear to be strangely close in Only Murders in the Building Season 3, which means they are listed together on Ben's suspect list. Cliff's mother is Donna, and Cliff is only listed as the producer of Death Rattle, with Donna's approval. In one scene that features a mother and son sharing a kiss, the two are revealed to be quite close, and to have a tense relationship with Ben. At the conclusion of Only Murders in the Building Season 3, Episode 1, it is revealed that Ben has been a demanding star, putting up various requests to his producers, including a larger dressing room. More importantly, though, Ben is shown not to respect Cliff at all, constantly referring to him as boy, despite being regularly corrected by Cliff. This could all lead to the murder of Ben by Cliff, with his mother's blind loyalty to her son, causing her to get wrapped up in the killing alongside him. Despite the long list of suspects with a potential motive for killing Ben Glenroy, the most likely murderer of Paul Rudd's character is Dickie. Dickie is Ben's manager and brother, with plenty of factors throughout Only Murders in the Building Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2, hinting at his murder of Ben. The most overt is simply that Ben does not treat Dickie well at all. Upon first introducing him, Ben blames Dickie for the two being late for the table read, and tells the entire cast about his insecurities regarding his ability to be a manager, and the potential nepotism that got Dickie the job. Dickie will be close to Ben because of his position in Only Murders in the Building Season 3, just like Taubert and Loretta.